Well, NOAA has issued a warning to people fishing in the Gulf. If you catch red snapper, they say, with lesions or discolored skin, toss it out. An LSU researcher has found many red snapper that are sick. The sample that he's found have bacteria that could be dangerous if handled by humans. Fox News reporter John Rogers live in the studio to shed some light on all of this. So, John, do they think that this could be connected to the oil spill?
Lenny's, the researcher says it possibly could be connected to the oil spill, but he's still conducting his research. He and his team fished off the waters of Alabama recently, and he says in the reefs he visited, roughly 10% of the fish he found were infected with these pathogens.
There's no mistaking the beautiful red snapper, but LSU researcher James Cowan is bothered by images like these, dark spots and lesions that have been found on red snapper in Alabama waters.
We caught sick fish at every reef we sampled at.
Cowan says the fish samples he found have two pathogens that could cause humans to get sick. He says one bacteria is Vibrio vulnificus, which causes the same reaction to eating bad raw oysters, diarrhea, and abdominal pains. But Cowan says if fishermen have wounds or cuts on their hands as they handle these fish, they could get terrible infections, or in some cases, it could be lethal.
Right now, it seems to be centered off the coast of Alabama, but to be honest with you, there hasn't been a survey that's really looked anywhere else.
Cowan used underwater cameras to observe some of the sick fish, and he says they were behaving erratically.
So there may be something.
Dr. Crozier at the Dauphin Island Sea Lab has been doing studies on the red snapper himself.
We have sampled thousands of snapper without seeing any of the lesions.
Dr. Crozier hasn't seen any samples of sick fish himself, but he says that red snapper tend to congregate together in large groups. So if one fish was sick, it could spread that illness to others.
Cowan says his samples have been found in the same areas where the oil traveled. He says it's possible these illnesses could be connected to submerged oil or dispersants, but he needs to do more research.
If I was a betting man, I would say that it's probably an indirect effect of the spill, but I have no proof of that at this time.
Cowan estimates about 10% of the fish in the reefs he visited were sick, but he says he even found examples of badly diseased livers in normal, healthy fish. Both Professor Cowan and Dr. Crozier are going to do more studies and research around the area. Bob?
And of course, that's not good news for the upcoming red snapper season. The season kicks off in just a week. Snapper are usually a huge draw for charter fishing trips, but this year, charter boat captains aren't happy. That's because this season will be the shortest ever on record, only 48 days. The season begins June 1st and runs through July 19th. As well as a short season, there are other regulations that anglers have to follow. There is a possession limit of only 2 snapper. They have to be at least 16 inches long. Anglers who are caught breaking the rules could face fines of up to $500 for each illegal fish.